Good morning, class 11. In accountancy class, today is the chapter of accounting principles. And today's in the accounting principle, we are doing the three principles, that is historical cost concept, dual aspect concepts, and conventions of full disclosure. And these are the last principles of these chapters, right? So first of all, the concept is historical cost concept. According to this concept, the fixed assets which are purchased in a business is entered in accounting by their purchase price, right? And when there is a price fluctuation, then there is no revaluation of fixed assets. This is the concept of historical cost concept, right? क्या है बेटे historical cost concept? इस concepts के according जब भी business organizations के अंदर fixed assets suppose कर लो, a land is to be purchased with rupees 2 crore या a land is to be purchased with rupees 50 lakh, right? 50 लाख रुपए की अगर हमने कोई लैंड परचेज की तो हम बैलेंस शीट के अंदर फिक्स्ड एसेट्स की वैल्यू 50 लाख से दिखाते हैं, लेकिन 50 लाख के ऊपर ही वो डेप्रीशिएशन लगती चली जाती है। 2 साल के बाद डेप्रीशिएशन के साथ अगर हमारी जो है वो बिल्डिंग की वैल्यू 50 लाख से कम हो जाती है डेप्रीशिएशन लगते ही, लेकिन 2 साल के बाद एक्चुअल में मार्केट वैल्यू इंक्रीज हो जाती है। सो बट इन आवर अकाउंटिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ एसेट्स, वैल्यू ऑफ फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, वैल्यू ऑफ बिल्डिंग शोज बाय 50 लाख। सो दिस इज द हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट कंसेप्ट। इस कंसेप्ट के अकॉर्डिंग फिक्स्ड एसेट्स हमेशा अकाउंट्स के अंदर परचेज वैल्यू से शो किए जाते हैं और देयर इज नो चेंजेस बाय द चेंजेस इन प्राइस, और प्राइस में चेंज होने से, प्राइस फ्लक्चुएट होने से हम अकाउंट्स के अंदर कोई चेंजेस नहीं करते। दिस इज द कांसेप्ट ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट कांसेप्ट इन विच द fixed assets are to be valued or are to be shown in the books of accounts or in the balance sheet by their purchase price. Number 2 concept is dual aspect concept. According to this concept, according to these principles, all the transaction will be recorded in the books of account at 2 places. हर transaction को हम accounts की book में 2 बार दिखाते हैं। All the transaction will be recorded in the books of account by at 2 places, one in the debit side and the second in the credit side. So this is the dual aspect principle, and according to this principle, assets is always equal to the liabilities plus capital. So all the concept will be recorded at 2 places in by the principle of dual aspect concepts. Suppose it, let us take an example. Suppose it, purchased machinery rupees 2 lakh in cash, right? This is a financial transaction. हमने 2 lakh rupees की मशीनरी खरीदी, so 2 lakh rupees will be shown at 2 places according to this concept, right? When the machinery will be purchased, machinery comes in, it will be debited, so 2 lakh rupees will be shown in the debit side of machinery account, and 2 lakh rupees also be shown in the credit side of cash account, because when the machinery is to be purchased, machinery comes in, machinery increase, so that's why 2 lakh will be debited in the machinery. And the second effect is cash is also goes out, cash is reduced by rupees 2 lakh, so 2 lakh will be also including in the credit side of cash account. So according to dual aspect, all the financial transaction should be recorded at 2 places in the accounts, first in the debit side and secondly in the credit side. Here is also some of the example. For example, X commences business with 20 lakh in cash and takes a loan from bank 5 lakh. Then the 25 lakh assets equal to liabilities plus capital. The second aspect of dual aspect is assets equal to liability plus capital. Then the business started with rupees 25 lakh, 20 lakh in cash and 5 lakh taken a loan. So assets equal to liabilities plus capital. When the capital is to be invested by 20 lakh plus 5 lakh is to be taken a loan from the bank. So assets equal to 25 lakh equal to 5 plus 20. So according to this concept, all the all the financial transaction recorded at two places. One first time at debit side and secondly in the credit side. Now the last topic of this chapter, that is convention of full disclosure. According to these concepts, all the relevant information should be disclosed by the firm. अकाउंट्स के अंदर जितनी भी हमारी रेलिवेंट इंफॉर्मेशन होती हैं उन सब को इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए, ओनर्स के लिए और अनदर ग्रुप ऑफ पर्संस के लिए, प्रोप्राइटर के लिए, ऑल द रेलिवेंट इंफॉर्मेशन शुड बी डिस्क्लोज इन अकाउंटिंग बाय दिस कॉन्सेप्ट्स, राइट? एंड these are to be shown in the trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. So according to this concept, all the relevant information completely disclosed by the enterprises. Here are some of the example. That is the item which do not find place in accounting statement. ऐसी आइटम जो कि अकाउंटिंग स्टेटमेंट में, ट्रेडिंग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में उनको कोई जगह नहीं मिलती या बैलेंस शीट में उनको कोई जगह नहीं मिलती, तो ऐसी आइटम को हम बैलेंस शीट के नीचे कॉन्टीजेंट लायबिलिटी में फुटनोट की तरह दिखाते हैं. लेकिन जिन आइटम को हमारे अकाउंट्स के अंदर जगह नहीं मिलती उनको भी हम फुटनोट की फॉर्म में डिस्क्लोज जरूर करते हैं. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस प्रिंसिपल्स, ऑल द रेलिवेंट इंफॉर्मेशन, वेदर इट इज इंक्लूडेड इन द बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स, इन द स्टेटमेंट्स, वेदर इट इज नॉट इंक्लूडेड इन द स्टेटमेंट, शुड बी डिस्क्लोज. It can be disclosed under the footnote also, just like contingent liability. Here is the some of the example of contingent liability. For example, if there is a change in the method of valuation of stock or providing depreciation, then it should be disclosed under the balance sheet as a footnote. And the market value of investment should be given by the way of footnote. And if there is a very big sum pending in a court of law against the enterprises, should be brought into the notice of user of financial statement. अगर बिजनेस के अगेंस्ट कोई कोर्ट केस चल रहा है और उस कोर्ट केस के थ्रू अगर हमें एक बिग अमाउंट की पेमेंट करनी पड़ सकती है, सो दिस इज आल्सो ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन एंड शुड बी डिस्क्लोज अंडर द फुटनोट ऑफ ए बैलेंस शीट. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, दिस प्रिंसिपल्स of convention of full disclosure, that all the relevant information should be disclosed in the accounting, whether it is including in the statement or not included in the statement, it should be disclosed under the footnote of a balance sheet. So with this concept, the chapter of accounting principle is completed. You have to read it very carefully and making the notes of it. Thank you.